Let's have a quick conversation about the 7 top lenders when it comes to expedited van business loans. Okay, so here's a review I want you to pay attention to. So if you are trying to buy an expedited van, let's say this year, either used or new, you want to talk to National Funding. This is our first expedited van business loan, and National Funding is pretty fast. We love that a lot. I mean, first of all, we love the fact that they are really fast, but also they're very generous. So you can actually qualify for an expedited van that amounts to $150,000. So we are speaking about a maximum loan amount of $150,000. So that's kind of cool. And so you are able to actually get financing up to 100%. So no down payment. Okay. So of course, no expedited van costs $150,000. At that amount, we are speaking about a fleet. You can have a 3 or 4 expedited vans for your delivery business. So that's kind of cool. So you are able through National Funding to finance new or used equipment. Not a problem. And the thing is that National Funding actually is pretty cool. It's pretty good in terms of helping your delivery business actually get some loads first. I mean, they will analyze your application. They'll look at your locality, your geography, your state or city, and they'll see what kinds of because see, National Funding has been doing this for many years now, so they have actually some benchmarking intel in terms of what's working and what's not working. So they will not only give you the loan amounts, but also might give you some recommendations. Okay. In terms of FICO score, they will approve you with a FICO score as low as a 300. Because when you actually get an expedited van business loan through National Funding, the loan itself is collateralized because basically they will give you the loan to actually buy the equipment. Okay, but the cool thing is that you have the ability to also use the Section 179 tax deduction, so that's kind of cool. And you also could actually pre-qualify for this loan because basically National Funding has in some states a soft pull sort of process. Okay, so they'll actually make sure that you get the loan you need for your expedited van real fast. If you are looking for an expedited van business loan this year, I want you to think about Balboa Capital. I mean, National Funding is good, but Balboa Capital is also fantastic. Okay, and what really differentiates Balboa Capital from all the other players that we have actually seen that we'll see in today's conversation is that actually Balboa Capital is great in terms of same day financing. Okay, Balboa Capital, by the way, is actually a division of Ameris Bank, which is an FDIC insured bank. So Ameris Bank actually gives you a loan up to $500,000. So I mean, where National Funding was giving you $150,000, actually Balboa Capital is more generous, even more generous. $500,000 for you to buy like the number of expedited vans that you need for your delivery business. Okay, so with Balboa Capital, you can actually buy the expedited van itself, but you can also finance the back office of your business. That's really fantastic. Okay, and what we love about Balboa Capital is that basically they'll not only finance your expedited van, but they'll also make sure that they finance your fleet also. So basically, one application for multiple loans. The only thing is that the requirements for the FICO requirements for Balboa Capital are a little higher than what National Funding approves. National Funding will accept you with a minimum FICO score of 300. Balboa Capital is it's stricter. Okay, they will approve you with a FICO score that starts at about 600 to 620. Okay, so we are speaking about what? Fair credit score. Okay, but the cool thing is that everything happens online. You can actually go to their website, balboacapital.com, and actually complete the whole application. And so you have you actually may qualify with you may qualify for up to $500,000. Okay, but the only thing is that Balboa Capital wants you to be in business for 1 year before you qualify for this loan. So if you are a startup, this is not a good lender for you. You're not going to get an expedited van business loan through Balboa Capital if you are a startup or you are just, let's say, you have been in business for less than 1 year. If you are looking for one of the best expedited van business loan this year, I want you to think about First Capital Business Finance. And what we love about First Capital Business Finance is that they will accompany you in your expedited van business loan journey. Okay, and this is kind of cool. And unlike Balboa Capital, First Capital Business Finance is actually willing to work with startups. So if you are a startup, if you are a small business, if you are a new business, if you are an established business, you will actually find a very interested lender when it comes to First Capital Business Finance. Okay, and we love that. And on top of that, First Capital doesn't place year or mileage restrictions on your purchase of expedited vans. So there's no restriction on vehicle purchases, and so that's kind of cool. So you can qualify for an expedited van business loan, even if the mileage on the van itself is like even in 6 digits. Now the question is, would you want to buy an expedited van that actually has 100,000 miles on the odometer, right? So this is something you need to think about. But what we love about this player is that what we love about First Capital Business Finance is that you actually may qualify for financing with no money down. On the flip side, and this is an important element to think about, basically you have a 100,000 maximum loan amount, okay? But if you are a startup, the maximum you can qualify for is $49,000. Hey, listen, $49,000, you can actually buy 2 or 3 expedited vans anyway. Okay, so this is something to really think about. So in terms of expedited van business loans from First Capital Business Finance, we love the flexibility, we love the speed of approval, and we love, most importantly, the fact that you could qualify with bad credit. So you can qualify with bad credit, not a problem, because once again, this lender doesn't care about they do care. Every lender cares about your FICO, but they care more about the value of the collateral than about your FICO scores. If you want to think of it, if you look at it that way. One thing for sure, First Capital does not disclose its APR on its website, so you might need to contact them for more information. If you're thinking about the best expedited van business loans this year, I want you to think about CAG Truck Capital, so CAG Truck Capital. And what we love about CAG Truck Capital is that they are, even though you hear the word truck, this lender actually finances all kinds of equipment loans, including expedited van business loans, cargo van business loans, and so on and so forth. Okay, and we love the flexibility that CAG Truck Capital actually has, because whether you have bad credit or good credit, whether you live in California or New York or Georgia or any states in between, they'll qualify you. As a matter of fact, they'll even qualify you if you live in Alaska or Hawaii. In other words, if your business is not located on continental USA, they will still approve you. So this is one of a few lenders that actually do that. So that's kind of cool. Okay, and we love the fact that CAG Truck Capital will actually also work with you, not only regardless of your geography, but also work with you despite your if you had credit challenges in the past, including bankruptcies. Okay, if you have repos, also they'll work with you. So that's kind of cool. So in terms of credit score minimum, they will work with the lowest of the lowest, 300, not a problem. So you do have startup funding options for your expedited van business loan through CAG Truck Capital. So we love that a lot. You also have financing available for high mileage vans. So if you have an expedited van that has a high mileage van, they will work with you, not a problem. Now, the only thing that you need to be aware of when it comes to a CAG Truck Capital is that they do not disperse the money real fast. So you could be approved. From the time you are approved, from the time you get the money in your account, this could be like 1 week, or in some cases 2 weeks. So something to really be aware of, and especially when it comes to the way you structure, the way you time your loan application. Because if you want the cash real fast, so now, and you want the cash from CAG Truck Capital, now is the time to actually to apply, so that by the time you actually get approved and get the funds, at least you have enough time to actually survive. If you're looking for the best expedited van business loans this year, I want to introduce you U.S. Bank, and U.S. Bank will finance your expedited van real fast, and they will qualify you up to $1 million. Of course, when you hear those amounts, those huge amounts all the time, it just means that you are able to buy multiple expedited vans. Okay, not just one van or two vans or whatever. No, you can actually buy a fleet. So that's kind of cool, especially when it comes to helping you structure things properly. Okay, this is an important element to think about. Well, the thing with U.S. Bank is that you got to have a relationship with the bank. I mean, U.S. Bank is really particular when it comes to relationships with them. So you got to be a U.S. Bank business customer for at least 1 year to actually qualify for their expedited van business loans, especially if you have a low credit score. If you want to apply a little quicker, if you want to apply earlier, that's fine too. But you may not qualify for the maximum loan amount of $1 million. Okay, so basically, this is something to think about. You could also pre-qualify for expedited van business loans up to $500,000. So if you're interested in that, this is something you really need to talk to a U.S. Bank about. Now, there is no pre-qual link on the website, so you might need to go to a branch or contact someone from U.S. Bank, so you can actually go through the pre-qualification process. Okay, this is something they really need to think about. What we also love about the U.S. Bank is that there are no blanket liens. So this is a great thing to think about because like blanket liens can be a little problematic. So if this is something you don't want to have, that's fine too. And you also have flexible payment options. So U.S. Bank allows you to repay your expedited van business loan annually, quarterly, or even monthly. That's really fine, monthly. So that gives you a lot of possibilities there. So that's really fantastic. So one thing I want to say is that when you think about the U.S. Bank overall, I want you to think about a solid bank. I mean, they have branches in what 20 to 28 states. And you have to repay your expedited van business loan over 60 months maximum, so 5 years, okay? And so you are able to actually get your loan real fast, but make sure that you have an existing relationship with the bank. If you're looking for the best expedited van business loans this year, I want you to think about commercial fleet financing. And this lender is really great, especially when it comes to approving you real fast. So if you want your expedited van business loan being approved in an expedited manner, in a fast manner, you want to think about CFF, commercial fleet financing. So here is a lender that actually offers equipment financing for expedited vans, cargo vans, for semi trucks, trailers, box trucks, construction vehicles, and more. Okay, so their area of vehicles financed is pretty large. And now CFF doesn't disclose the interest rates it offers online, but repayment terms range between 36 to 36 months all the way to 108 months. So we're speaking here about 3 to 9 years. So, and the cool thing about CFF is that they do not actually focus too much on the geography, because see, you have some lenders when it comes to expedited van business loans, they will want to analyze your market. They want to analyze your geography and see if an expedited van business loan could actually thrive in your geography. But CFF doesn't really do that. They will actually look at your application. They'll look at your data. They'll look at what kind of loads you have hauled in the last year. How soon have you been operating a business? That's an important element for them. But long story short, this is really fantastic, and you can have credit approval as soon as 2 hours after your application, and you have funding in as little as 24 hours. And this is kind of cool. And some loans do not require personal guarantee, especially expedited van business loans. So those loans do not require PG at all. So those are no PG business loans. So we love that. And one thing I want to say also is that the fact that the APRs are not disclosed online could actually mean that you might be surprised negatively about the APR. But just something what you want to do is you want to contact CFF first. And so basically, the maximum you could actually be approved for actually goes all the way to $1 million. But if you are actually borrowing less than $150,000, you won't have to provide any tax returns with your loan application. So this is really good in terms of flexibility. We love that a lot. So that's just fantastic. Next, I want to share with you, when we talk about expedited van business loans this year, I want to introduce you to Truck Lenders USA. And what we love about this lender here is that they actually have a department dedicated entirely to expedited vans. Okay, they understand the market, they understand the industry, they will understand your state, city. They will tell you once you apply, they'll see based on like what we love is that this lender doesn't care. I mean, they do care about your FICO score, that's for sure, but they care more about the trends in your industry, the trends in your geography. Basically, do you have like, can you derive a lot of revenue when it comes to expedited van loads in your city or state? And so when you think about Truck Lenders USA, they finance all kinds of equipment. It's not just a truck that they finance. They finance expedited vans. They finance cargo vans. They finance box truck. They finance all kinds of vehicles. Okay, and so basically, as long as the vehicle has the wheels, it has a valid title, and is no more than 7 years old, basically, truck lenders will work with you. But loans actually range from $15,000 to $250,000. Okay, and but they have they have a program when it comes to leases, and they call that jumbo leases, and they have up to $1 million that they can finance in that jumbo lease program. So something to really think about. And repayment terms with Truck Lenders USA vary from 2 years to 5 years for borrowers with credit scores of at least 675. And you also need to provide a low down payment. So this is important. So down payment really could be around the 5%, and so 5 to 10%. So something to really think about that. Now, you can finance up to a $250,000 with application only program. That's really good also. And you also have a variety of repayment options. That's kind of fantastic. Now, on the flip side, and this is what we don't like with Truck Lenders USA, you got to have at least 2 years in business. Otherwise, they will not finance you. So if you're looking for an expedited van business loan through Truck Lenders USA, they want you to be at least 2 years in business. And trucks and trailers cannot be over 7 years old. But this is if you want to finance something else, okay? And also, there is a balloon payment of 10 to 15% due at the end of the financing term. So something that could be great for some borrowers, but actually detrimental for other borrowers. So here's a recap. Into this conversation, I spoke to you about expedited van business loans. I gave you the review and the recap. The review, we had National Funding, Balboa Capital, First Capital Business Finance, CAG Truck Capital, US Bank, Commercial Fleet Financing, and Truck Lenders USA. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.